time for Thursday's hour number 2 on Hashtag Daily K with your host, Peter Bint. If you want to be a trendsetter who knows Korea like the back of your hand, then don't miss out on this.
Time to bring together Korea's hottest issues and deliver them to you on
Inside Korea
with Sujeong.
It is a Thursday, and that means trendsetter extraordinaire Sujeong is in the studio, fashionista galore. How are we doing?
I'm good. The weather was pretty chilly in the morning, so I'm excited.
I've talked about this.
I can't wait till the summer ends.
Really?
Yeah, because I didn't go on vacation. I can't, so...
So you just want it over.
Yeah.
You don't want to feel like, oh, it's so hot, I want to go to the beach.
Yeah.
You want to say, everybody else who can go, ruin your holiday. No, I'm just kidding, of course. But I know what you mean. I love this kind of weather.
Me
when
too.
it's still rather warm in the daytime, like 30 degrees, I think, at the highs.
Yes.
But then it gets nice and breezy, late afternoon, early evening. This is perfect, isn't it?
It is.
I do feel sorry for any tourists. I know there aren't many, but any tourists that came during that really hot heat wave, you just can't do anything in the day.
It was really hot.
Yeah.
I feel dizzy when it gets too hot.
Yeah, I feel like you could melt in those kind of temperatures almost, right? Faz Benchmark is on board saying, greetings to Sujeong Choi. You've written in Korean there. Good morning. Lots of mornings.
Morning.
Saying from Rao that we're matching again.
We were matching last week?
I don't know as well. When were we matching, Raoul? I don't quite recall. I think maybe it's in reference to often I match with the guests somehow. There's some Daily K telepathy going on.
Interesting.
Just FYI, Raoul, Sujeong is all in black today. From her headband she was wearing earlier to her shoes and her trousers, everything is black.
Yes.
Raoul also asking, are you still playing golf?
Of course, but I'm not playing as much.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm more into yoga again these days. So
are they kind of helpful for one another, or do they kind of contradict?
Yeah, because when you play golf, you need to have like flexible hips. And you need the strength in your thighs and your legs.
Ooh, does yoga help with the strength as well?
Definitely.
Okay, I'm going to have to learn some moves. Getting on to our first topic though for Inside Korea.
Yes.
Is it going to be heartwarming in any way, behind the scenes at a campsite perhaps?
I'm not sure. Since I can't go on vacation, I would like to talk about them.
Let's at least do that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So the first hashtag is campsites, but with a pool.
Oh, wow.
So
we're upgrading.
2 birds with 1 stone.
You've got a swimming pool at your campsite. Yeah, in the UK and also in Europe, camping has been a thing for decades, right? So there's a whole range. There's some really cheap, cheerful campsites where there's nothing. It's just like land to put your tent up.
Yeah.
But there are also ones with like lovely showers, swimming pools.
Glamping sites. Yeah.
I mean, back in the day, we didn't call it glamping. But yeah, it's kind of similar to that. I think swimming pools will encourage more people to go to these campsites for sure, right?
Especially during summer. So the first place I want to introduce is called Camp Foray, and it is located in 경상남도 양산시.
Okay.
경상남도 province. And if you can see...
We've got a photo here.
Yes.
Looks like a water park.
Yeah, so there's like a huge water slide called Everwater Slide here.
Wow.
And a lot of people visit here even just for the slide.
Sure, it looks like really long. It's not just some little piddly paddling pool.
Yes, it looks really fun. Like you can see with like in water amusement park.
Yeah,
you know?
It almost looks like a mini amusement park in itself. But this is within a campsite or close to one?
No, it's within the campsite. So people camp next to over here.
So they've got the...
It's pretty cozy and pretty. You know?
It looks very picturesque with like white tents already set up, almost glamping style. So you don't bring your own tent here.
Yeah, I don't think you bring your own tents here. It's like more of a glamping site.
Okay.
But I'm sure there are like areas where you can set up your own tent because most places do.
Sure. And this is probably just slightly more expensive if you want to glamp. so to speak.
Yes. So the price, it ranges from 130,000 won to 250,000 won. So I think it depends on the days, whether it's the weekend or not.
Sure. Peak summer weekends, you are looking to pay maybe double the non-peak times in many places. Like hotels are the same in Korea.
Right.
It looks so delightful. If you glamp there, it had a little picnic table outside with a barbecue.
It does. And go for a swim.
Yes, with
Perfect.
the kids as well. Amazing.
I'm sure the kids will love it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and there's also a valley nearby. So if you don't want to go to the artificial pool, you can also, dip your feet in this natural pool.
In the little mountain stream we're seeing with the trees next to it and then the rocks inside.
Right.
That looks lovely.
It does.
You go there one day, swimming pool the next. Another place.
Yes, the next place is called Bali 376.
Going abroad.
It's not abroad. It's a Bali-themed complex leisure location.
Oh, have you been to Bali, Suja?
I've been to Bali. I've lived there for like a month.
Oh,
I did
wow.
like a 1 month trip to Bali.
When was that?
It was like 2 years ago, I think.
Does it look like the photo we just saw?
It actually does, kind of. The chairs and the table. Not exactly, but kind of. I can see where, they're coming from.
Yeah, they got kind of like the thatched umbrellas or parasols and the deck chairs on AstroTurf. It looks like the fake grass. And then a beautiful swimming pool. And it's that slides in the background that are like, they look like ski jumps.
Yes, it is.
What?
It actually is. It's called the water jumps.
Oh my goodness.
Water jumps, and it's because this place is owned by Seo Myung-jun, who is in the Korean national ski team.
Oh, wow.
And apparently, I think there are separate jumps for athletes and for like us, normal people.
I mean, but we're not doing ski jumps on these things,
not
right?
ski jumps. They're water jumps.
But
so
that looks extreme because the slide ends way high above the water, so you're probably flying in there.
Yes, so like it's really steep.
Yes. And it's
I wanna
curved like
go.
upwards. I'm thinking I'm too scared to go on these slides, but it looks like they've got different gradients all across the way. Is this expensive?
It's not that expensive. So for each slide, for the slide ticket, it's 34,000 won.
Okay, about $30-ish.
That's okay. But if you go with a family or friends, and if you buy 4 tickets, you can get a free camping site.
Oh.
So I guess that's pretty nice, reasonable.
They throw in the camping for free rather than throwing in the slides for free.
It's famous for these water slides. So.
Yeah, we love to say Bali this and Bali that in Korea because on one of our public service announcements for Arirang, we talk about one beach in Jeju Island, which is kind of seen as the Bali or the Maldives of Korea sometimes.
Really?
And Bali is a very popular place, I think, for Korean tourists to go as well. I'd love to go to this place, Bali 376, but also the real Bali as well.
Yes.
Okay. And then our third site.
Yes, the third site is called Chadu Village Campsite.
Chadu meaning?
It means plum in Korean.
Okay.
Chadu.
Look at the water. It's like this turquoise color.
So a lot of people say it kind of looks like the Blue Lagoon in Laos.
Wow. Yeah, it doesn't look like real water almost. It looks fake.
It does.
Is this a natural?
It's not
pool?
natural. It's not natural.
But it looks it with the rocks on the side.
Right.
Wow.
Because of like the trees and all, it does look natural. Well, this place used to be a plum field. That's how it got its name. So you can see ripe plums growing from the trees.
Oh, they still have the plum trees there as we're seeing here.
Yeah, during July and August.
Wow.
And if you get permission from the owner, sometimes you can pick them and eat them.
They are in season now because I've seen them in the supermarkets and we don't have chadu all year round.
I had it yesterday.
They are good when they're ripe, aren't they?
Yeah.
This place, not just one swimming pool, but...
Yeah, there are 2 swimming pools.
Amazing.
Yes, and the price ranges from 190,000 won to 240,000 won. So...
Wow, I'd love to go camping just in general, but with a swimming pool, then the kids are sorted. They won't get bored for sure. Great places, and this seems to be a trend, especially in the summer months. You got some messages to read as well.
Yes. Aaron Humphrey says, glamping. I learned a new term today. I feel up to date on the trends. Yes.
Glamping, Aaron, has been around for a few years in Korea, and I think we've mentioned it on the show many times. You've got to listen harder, buddy.
Yes, he says, love how all the glamping locations are near a nice, cool ocean. Yes, some are.
Some definitely, yeah. I think some of the examples today may be further away from oceans, hence maybe having a swimming pool to attract people, right? What else do we have? Faz saying, woohoo, I definitely want to try that slide. And Cam saying, glamping trip, let's go, I'll drive. Yeah, on lots of those trips, having someone to drive you there, because they're often not in a town or anything, is convenient for sure.
Tropic Girl says, wow, the scenery. Okay, I'm willing to trade places. St. Lucia for Korea. Anybody want to switch?
I'm sure many Koreans want to switch, Tropic Girl. Yeah, we'll have to find one for you. Siska says, nice glamping sites. And I like glamping, but not camping because there's no bathroom issues when you're glamping. Yeah, usually it's in your accommodation.
Yeah, that's important.
Yeah, if you're camping, sometimes it's communal. But I would say, my experience in Korea in general, like even in public parks in the UK, the toilets would be disgusting a lot of the time. But here in Korea, often they're very clean. So I assume they'll be cleaner than other places. Just my assumption.
Yes, maybe. Cherie says, glamping, the water slide looks cool. Those water slides will totally launch you into the air, I'm sure. Isn't there a TV show in Korea that has movie and TV stars going camping together? Yes, there are. And I think we briefly talked about it before.
Yeah, there are multiple ones that do it.
There are lots of camping programs these days since it's such a trend.
The big one that kind of took off was when the girls from Finkel went in that camping van around Jeju. That was really nice.
That was a really healing program.
Absolutely. Silver Granny Lynn says extreme glamping with those water slides. And in South Carolina, there's a water park attached to our favorite campground on Folly Beach. So it's not just a Korean thing, it seems. Yeah.
Okay. Pei says Kentucky and West Virginia are great for camping. I've never been there, but
let's go.
I'm sure.
We'll put it on our to-do list. Zana saying it sounds really healing, these places, and I plan to go glamping with my friends, but it's been postponed since 2019. And maybe with the outbreak of COVID. Like camping in the wilderness is fine because you're far away, but a lot of these campsites in Korea
are crowded.
In the summertime, especially with swimming pools. And Steve Fong says, I've never seen resorts like these in Bali. Maybe even better than Bali then here in Korea, I would suggest.
I'm in London. I'm in Australia.
Tokyo.
The Philippines.
Finland.
Indonesia.
New York.
Arirang Radio.
Now live in Seoul.
Getting on to our second trend, something very different.
Yes. The second trend is about trendy K items that are popular abroad among foreigners.
So Korean products that are selling well.
Yes.
I'm looking at this list and I think we talked about a few of these before, but they seem to have like sustained popularity abroad.
Yes.
Starting off with something that I don't think I've used before.
So if you're into gardening or farming, this tool will be perfect for you.
Okay.
It's called homie.
Homie, as in, what's up, homie? It sounds exactly like that.
Yes.
But what is it?
The homie is an ancient Korean tool, and the name homie means little spear. If you look at the photo, it does look like a little spear.
Yeah, the like sharp end of it looks like a kind of almost triangular end to a spear, but it's a hook kind of, so it kind of comes back on itself, which I'm assuming is good for like digging the soil.
Yes. Well, in the past, people working on small family farms carried only this homie to accomplish their day's work in the fields.
Oh, wow. Just to get everything done.
Yes, in the past. And it has been in Korea for ages, I think.
Yes, I'm sure. Like for decades, if not centuries.
Well, this is becoming popular among gardeners all over the world.
Yeah, we mentioned it on the Amablank e-commerce website.
Yes.
I think a few years ago it started to trend.
Yes.
And it's still doing well.
Yes, it's still doing well. and a lot of videos on the tube praising how to use it, praising like the tool and showing how to use it.
Yeah, because it's not like an actual shovel where you're doing it forwards.
Yeah.
I think you've got to claw the soil backwards,
Yes, it's like a
right?
claw, right.
Wow.
Well, it's popular due to their easy-to-use and practical nature. The sharp hooked blade makes quick work of planting and weeding chores in the thick rice paddies if you're, working in a rice paddy.
Sure.
But gardeners everywhere are discovering it is incredibly powerful and useful for a wide range of chores in flower beds and gardens too. And I'm sure you can dig the soil. You can weed out the plants.
Yeah, we're looking at a few foreigners using this in their gardens as pictures, right? With the handle that can be a bit longer and sometimes very short to do their flower beds or vegetable gardens. I think I might have used this when I was digging for shellfish in the mud flats, right?
Right.
Looking for 맛조개.
Yeah, I think you use that tool there too.
Yeah, because you can dig a lot of mud in one kind of sweeping motion. And yeah, you don't get too tired. It was quite good. And that's still apparently in the top 10 gardening tools on Amablanc.
Yes.
That's amazing, isn't it?
It is.
Getting on to our second product, which if you haven't seen it, you'll be like, what on earth is that?
Right. It's called 떼수건 or the Italy towel. In Korean.
I don't think they use it in Italy, but I heard that maybe the material originally came from Italy, right?
Yes, that's true.
So what is it?
It's a body washcloth, or it's also known as the Korean exfoliating mitt.
That's a good description. So you're seeing it here in the package, so you maybe can't get a feel, but it's just like a little open bag, basically, that you can slip your hand into. And there we go on the photo. So you slip your whole hand into this material.
Scrub your body.
And it's quite rough, the material,
very
right?
rough, and it can actually hurt. So
yes,
you shouldn't use it on your face or sensitive parts.
No.
But if you scrub your body, the dead skin peels off.
Like almost an eraser, right? Like that.
It's almost like an eraser.
So some people aren't used to exfoliating skin like that in other parts of the world, and they find it a bit off-putting first. Right. But if you try it, it can be so refreshing, right?
It does. Some reviews say, I feel like a baby. I feel like an eel.
Afterwards.
Yeah, I remember when I was a baby, my grandmother used to scrub my body with that, and it hurts so bad.
You get red, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I got to admit, I don't actually like it. And you can get that service at public bathrooms where someone will do it for you.
Yeah.
I really don't like it. But there are some people who live by it, right? And that's actually picked up abroad. Like people have, I guess with skin and stuff.
People love it because, as you said, it's not in their culture, right?
Yeah.
So it's probably like a new experience for them.
It's a bit novel.
Body does feel very soft, especially if you live in dry parts of the world.
Absolutely, yeah. Give it a try. There are some people who swear by it, yes.
Yes.
And then you mentioned when you were a baby, your grandma did that to you. Did your grandma also put you in one of these, a baby carrier Korean style?
Yes. The third item is the 포대기.
Oh, I love this. This has good memories
Korean
for me.
Carrier or a wraparound blanket with straps. Did you use this?
For our kids, yes, yeah.
Oh, really?
So even in the modern times when we have Western brands of baby carrier, which are much more complicated, this was so simple and so much more homely. We've got a photo showing that this is from back in the day.
Yes.
My mum used it for me as well.
Well, the 포대기 existed for centuries in Korea as Korea's traditional way of carrying babies. So it has two long straps and a blanket. So
it's
you
very
strap
simple.
the baby with the blanket.
You wrap it around their body and then the straps tie around your front. So it's kind of just stuck to your body.
Yeah.
Almost like a kimbap, like a seaweed roll. You're just really tight together. But
yes.
The baby is so comfortable in this.
Yeah. Well, it's loved by a lot of mothers and fathers all around the world. And apparently it facilitates the interaction between the parent and the baby.
There's a lot of skin to skin or at least baby to mother or father contact here. You can see in the photo, the baby is squashed against your back. But it's apparently really lovely. They always calm down when they're there.
I'm sure it's better than just carrying the baby. It can be a bit safer too.
Sure.
Right?
And there are loads of Western ones which are more versatile. You can do it on your front, like podegis you don't do on your front.
Yes.
But this has a place in all child rearing, I think, because when we did it, and when you put it down, you can just put the blanket underneath them and then wrap it over them when they're sleeping.
Oh, that's convenient.
It's very practical. And you see grandmas and mums and dads doing this in the car parks, like late at night in the summer, still in Korea. I love that kind of scene. It just makes me feel nostalgic.
Beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely. And these are popular with mothers abroad and fathers abroad.
Yes, and according to a professor of psychology in Seoul National University, babies experience great anxiety after they're born, but being wrapped in a podegi allows them to listen to their mother's heartbeat and feel close to them because it helps them restore the emotional stability that they once had in their mother's uterus.
There's science behind it seems. You got some messages to read?
Yes, Siska says about the homie that tool in Indonesia is called Arit. Interesting.
Yeah, I'm sure the homie cannot be completely exclusive to Korea. There must be similar tools in other countries. But I think the Korean version has taken off on that website, especially Amma Blank. Cherie Russell says, today on the news, I heard about underground gardens in Korea and vertical gardens for urban gardening.
Wow.
Yeah, I think we've got some in subway stations that we showed on K-Patch before. Because we don't have traditional gardens living in an apartment. We're kind of creative with the way we do it. Maybe on the balcony, something like that.
Yes, balcony.
Yeah.
Silver Granny says, I love gardening. I have perilla plants, tomatoes, bell peppers, zucchini, eggplant, and baby butternut squash.
Wow.
Wow, that's a lot. I also have a lot of fresh herbs growing. Wow, so you should, if you have the homie already, that's good. If you don't, it's perfect for you.
Get your hands on it, Silver Granny. Leon says, usually baby carriers here are on the front in Singapore. Cam says, yeah, I'm used to the front carrier as well.
I think you can do it on the back and the front, right?
The podegi. The podegi, though, is not really suited to front carrying. You see it a lot more on the back. So, yeah, it might be less versatile than the modern ones, which have all these, like, holes for the legs and stuff. But it's just so simple. And it can act as a blanket as well. You can just use it as a regular blanket. So, I think it's great. You got another message?
Yes, Aaron Humphrey says, it's amazing seeing Korea's traditional carrier still being used. That is true. I'm sure a lot of people like you will have, nostalgic memories.
Yeah.
They see.
And the first photo we showed you was in black and white, showing you that it's been around for a very long time as well. Getting on to our third and final trend, Sujong, talking food.
Yes. So I read in an article recently that the revenue from South Korean instant noodle exports reached a record high of 368.7 billion won, which is around $319 million.
Wow.
During the first half of this year, according to the data from the Korea's Customs Service. And we did talk about bibimbap a few weeks ago.
Yeah, the instant noodles, not with the soup, but the kind of cold, spicy ones.
Yes. And today we're going to talk about 볶음면, which are stir-fried noodles.
Oh, and there's instant versions.
Yes, instant versions
nice.
that are really popular
these days
in Korea and abroad, actually.
Yeah, because I don't usually think of 볶음면, the fried ones, when I think instant noodles.
Yes.
Oh.
So the first is 신라면 볶음면, and it was launched pretty recently, last month.
This is the go-to brand from years and years ago, but they didn't have the fried noodle version until last month.
Right, they didn't. I'm sure they had other versions of noodles, but this was launched last month.
Is it a similar flavor, I assume, to just the regular noodles or ramyeon, right?
Yes, but I heard it's spicier.
Oh.
Well, they launched this as celebration of their 35th anniversary of the launch of their famous ramen.
Wow, that's been that long, 3.5 decades.
Yes, and it features a special seasoning oil that captures the essence of green onion and red pepper to coat the chewy noodles. And I can't wait to try them. I haven't tried them yet.
So the thing not to be confused here, I assume, is you don't actually need to put them in a pan and fry them.
No.
Right?
They're instant. So you just boil the noodles and then you get rid of the water.
Yeah.
And then you put the sauce.
Yeah, so they're not technically fried in your cooking process. They're just kind of dry ramyeon,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Oh, wow. That does sound like it's going to be full of flavor, right?
Right. But there's the cup noodle version and the ramen version.
In just the regular packaging. But both
actually,
you don't have to fry, right?
That's true, right?
Because, when I think 볶음면, I guess I think of the 불닭 one, right? That was famous from years ago.
We're going to talk about that too.
Oh.
But that was very famous and I love them.
Yeah, and
personally.
that, again, you're not frying it in a pan. It's just the dry, spicy, super spicy noodles, right?
Right.
Okie dokie. Is the Shin one doing well?
It's doing very well. It's actually sold 11 million in 3 weeks since the launch.
Wow.
Yes.
I don't know. I just feel like it's less healthy than normal ramen with the soup because it's so like concentrated, right?
Maybe.
I guess.
But I heard like the soup of the ramen is like makes you fat.
Yeah, you shouldn't drink it, right?
Yeah.
If you just eat the noodles, that's not bad. But when you've got the 불닭 or the 볶음면 from Shin, you can't help but eat the season.
Right.
It's the
That's
seasoning
true.
that's salty and stuff, right? I don't know. But instant noodles in general, they're not the best health food, are they? But they're delicious and convenient.
Very delicious.
Okay, so on to the bulldog ones. I tried that on a live show at Arirang Radio. And I couldn't speak, I remember, for a
there
little
was
while.
the challenge.
Yeah,
you know,
it was
that was
too spicy.
viral on the internet.
Yes.
The fire noodle challenge.
Yeah, and like I couldn't help but cough as well because there's a real kick to it.
It is really, really spicy. I used to love it when I was in high school. When I was like stressed because of all the studying.
Sure.
I would like eat it after like at night.
And it would get you to calm down a bit?
Yeah, it like helped me to relieve stress. You know,
Nice.
it's really spicy. I'm pretty good at eating spicy food.
Sure.
So sometimes I still eat it.
We've got a photo here, and you can see on the packaging the chicken is breathing fire. And bulldog,
It's literally how it tastes.
and bulldog itself means fire chicken, right?
Yeah.
And I guess originally that was a popular dish, just spicy chicken, right? Back in the day.
Yeah, 불닭, it refers to grilled chicken marinated in super spicy red chili paste. And yeah, 불닭 is fire chicken. So
Yeah.
really spicy chicken.
But they do have lots of different versions. And my son, who's
Right.
8, he's still not old enough, I guess, to deal with that spice. But he likes the other versions. Like I think there's carbonara.
Yes, there's the carbonara.
And it's not
불닭.
too bad. It's still spicy.
I never tried it though. Is it good?
It's really good. Yeah. And my son can eat it, but he will drink like 10 cups of water. So it's still, I'd say for like Westerners especially, don't expect it to be mild. It's not mild, but it's better in terms of spice than the 불닭.
Yes. Well, there's the carbonara version. There's the curry version. There's the cheese version. The Mara Chinese spice version. So they have lots of types
Different
of 불닭
options.
ramens. Yeah.
And I think they will all blow your head off to a certain extent.
Yep.
And then going to one that really got famous from Parasite, right?
Yeah. 짜파구리. Do you like 짜파구리?
I love it.
Well, 짜파구리 is a Korean dish prepared by combining two popular kinds of instant noodles, the 짜파게티
Black bean
plus
one.
the 너구리.
The spicy normal one.
Yes.
But again, without the soup, you kind of get rid of that. Yeah.
Yeah, without the soup, they kind of eat it like the 볶음면.
Sure.
And the character from the movie Parasite ate it, and then it became a huge hit.
Yeah, so I think it was a trending career a little bit before Parasite, but globally after
Yes.
that movie, everyone was
Yeah.
like, I want to try it.
I think they call it ramdon.
Yes,
Because
that was
that's
the
how
translator.
it was, translated.
And you can see a photo now. Now they've realized it's quite a hassle to have two different ramyons and cook them both, which is what we
Yeah.
used to do. They just put it all in one cup for you.
Yes, it's so good. I love 짜파구리.
The little raccoons in there you can see are really cute as well that you
Yeah.
eat. Absolutely delicious. Sejong, you've made me hungry. I want some instant fried noodles now. We will see you again next Thursday.
Yes, see you
All
next
right.
Thursday.
You can also listen to Inside Korea with Sujong on Arirang Radio's #DailyK every Thursday at 10 a.m. KST.